Saline Township, southwest Washtenaw County, just off US 12 near Ann Arbor. This empty farmland behind me? It's poised to become Michigan's first hyperscale data campus, backed by OpenAI, Oracle, and Related Digital. And if all goes according to plan, shovels hit the dirt next year. This is So What Michigan, where we break down what's coming, where it's going, and why some neighbors aren't too thrilled. Here's the deal. The project will sit on a nearly 600-acre parcel of land southwest of Ann Arbor, about 250 acres of which will comprise the data center campus, which they're calling Stargate. It's 5 buildings, including 3 massive data center halls that are about 550,000 square feet each. For context, your average big box store like Meijer is only about 200,000 square feet. Governor Gretchen Whitmer is calling it the state's largest economic project ever, with 2,500 union workers needed to build the massive computing facility, 450 people working here once it's open, plus hundreds of other new spin-off jobs across Michigan. In a statement, the folks at OpenAI said this project will help support the next generation of artificial intelligence and give us a real chance to reindustrialize the country. In exchange for their $7 billion investment, developers are also expected to collect on a wide array of tax incentives to support the project, including a 12-year, 50% local tax abatement. Oh, and this thing is going to suck down a lot of electricity. DTE inked a deal to supply 1.4 gigawatts of energy capacity to this site. How much is 1.4 gigawatts? Well, the average Michigan home can pull about 5 kilowatts at absolute peak demand. So that's like 300,000 homes blasting AC, lights on, with appliances all running at once. DTE says it's roughly a 25% jump in the utility's overall demand, just for this one data center project in Saline Township. DTE has offered assurances that this project won't add any extra costs for ratepayers, but opponents fear these data centers could be too much for Michigan's grid to handle and ultimately raise utility rates for everyone else. At first, local officials voted against rezoning the land to make way for this project. They didn't want to lose the rural charm that makes this place home, but the developers sued, and a settlement ultimately cleared the path for construction. And even though some local officials are warming up to the prospect of new jobs and new investments, some neighbors still worry about the risks a project of this size would have on the local community, the extra strain on the electric grid, and of course, our biggest resource, our water. One recent report found large data centers can consume up to 5 million gallons per day, equivalent to the water use of a town populated by 10,000 to 50,000 people. Developers say they'll use a closed-loop system here to limit water use to levels comparable to an office building. But in the water winter wonderland of Michigan, neighbors are still skeptical. So what? Well, if done right, this project could bring in thousands of new jobs and help grow the local economy. If it's done sloppy, ratepayers could eat the costs, and our natural resources could be in jeopardy. Hit follow. I'll be watching this one closely.